Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Hey there, welcome to another episode of Artist Block, the podcast that highlights NYC's emerging young artists. I'm your host, Jalissa Bedford, and for the next half hour, we'll be hearing from a friend of mine from high school. She is both an illustrator and an aspiring interior designer, and she'll be talking about her life growing up in the Bronx and discovering her love for art, to now being relocated to Connecticut and studying interior design. So stay tuned, you don't want to miss it. So I'm here with my friend Jade.
Hi, I'm Jade Li. Nice to meet you.
So Jade, do you want to tell our listeners more about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm, of course, born and raised in the Bronx. I come from Dominican parents, and I grew up in the projects. That shaped a lot of who I am, especially me as an interior designer, which is what I'm studying. Materials were limited often, and I just learned how to make something out of nothing. And I realized it doesn't matter what environment I'm in, like, I'm limitless. I can just create the space that I need for myself to flourish, especially for my mental health. So that's how I got into interior design. And as for me being like a painter and illustrator, I've just always loved that. That just came to me naturally. And at some point, I decided I want to take it more seriously and auditioned for art and design. And that's where I met this one. Yeah. And then from there, the rest is history. So
yeah, those were good times. Those were really good times at high school. Yeah, definitely. Jade was like one of my first friends that I had from the Bronx from high school. So we would take the train back up together.
Yes.
Yeah.
The 6 train.
The 6 train, the best train. People could debate, but it's true. And yeah, like literally since I've met her, she's always been so talented. Like I was always in awe of like how good you were at painting and illustrating. And then when you got into interior design, you were just like naturally really good at that too. Like Jade has an eye for like seeing something nice and like putting it together. Like she just has that. That's like a talent. It's like natural born talent, honestly.
I can say the same for you. Like,
oh, stop.
You literally inspire me. I'm so nice that we're doing this. Ever since I met you, you just have a goal, and by the next time I'm like catching up with you on it, you've already achieved it.
Oh,
like
thank
your
you.
creative lens is serious. I love to see all the work you make. And I've just had like the honor of seeing you grow up until this point. Like we were like fetuses.
Literally, we were babies. It's kind of crazy. That means a lot to me. This is like a glaze fest, low key. But no, it's because we just go so back, you know. But yeah, like, you know, like she said, she grew up in the Bronx, but unfortunately she's left the Bronx since then. She's no longer in the Bronx. Where are you now, Jade?
I'm in Connecticut.
Say it ain't so. She's in Connecticut, unfortunately, but I think actually with that move to Connecticut, it actually helped you a lot too with like the interior designing part, if you want to talk about that too.
Yeah, so now I go to school in Connecticut, so hence the move. But I've learned so much there. Like I've had great professors. I've worked with great fellow students who have their creativity. Like I'm always inspired, basically. Mm-hmm. Seeing the work they've done has pushed me past what I think is interior design, basically. I have learned to kind of find my style, which I'm still exploring. I've always leaned towards like more countryside or things that you'd find in the Regency era, hence my interest outside of that. But then at some point, I'm like, okay, well, if I do need to lean into a more modern client, how would I express that? Because I'm a big person on color, so to me, I need to incorporate that in this world that basically it's sometimes colorless. So then I realized, okay, I could do rustic. I can lean into my roots in New York, and I actually did a project like that where it was like combining suburban and urban life into a penthouse with one side facing the city view and another facing the harbor. And I was able to take raw materials and softer tones and really combine it together with input back from my peers who really just push me past my limits and are always encourage me, what can you do more? And I've had the opportunity to see more houses, right? Because in the city, it's so many apartments, especially where I was coming from. I almost, it's not to say I wasn't exposed to other places, but I didn't realize how big vision can get. So that's how Connecticut has helped me, and also connecting to nature, of course.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's very beautiful where you live, I will say. Yeah, like I think, more onto that, I've noticed like because like I think also because of your beginning in illustration, you also have that eye for interior design too. I think definitely it's been like a transferable thing for you.
Yeah.
And like I guess touch more I guess on that beginning like of your roots when it came to like I guess in illustration and painting and more of that.
Yeah. So we are all children who are interested in Crayola. It's cliche as it sounds, that has to be the root of us just starting to find our passion in art, especially for painters or illustrators, anything of that sort. But once I started realizing I wanted to dabble into paint, my mom bought me my first set of acrylic paints. And it's so funny that actually my first painting was of these faceless dolls from Dominican Republic. I had gotten it on a trip, and I just wanted to paint it. So it was almost like my first still life painting. And I need to see if I still have it. But from that point on, I just kept painting. I turned to YouTube. I observed what they were doing, what technique they were using, without really realizing that I'm studying art, because it was just something that filled my soul, filled my heart. Like I was just a little kid just wanting to create. There was no output. I wasn't looking for production or anything of that sort. Then in middle school, I tapped more into it. I was always an artistic individual. Like on top of that, I was doing theater. So I just was always creating, but I hadn't really thought about it as a career just yet. But I knew that I had talent in that, but I wasn't at the level that I am, nearly close to the level that I am now. So then I auditioned for a new school, which I actually this wasn't my first choice. I know it was everyone's first choice.
It was mine for sure.
It was my second though. It was really close. I didn't know the value of it yet. Like my mom had to kind of talk to me and be like, do you know what school just accepted you? And I didn't realize the reputation of it. I had pulled an all-nighter creating my portfolio for the audition.
Wow.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And basically I visited. I was like, oh yeah, what's this? When they sat me down, I'm like, they asked me, why did you keep the background white? And I'm like, to focus on the subject more, so we don't lack attention to detail, so we don't distract you from what the main thing is here. I like
the finesse.
Yeah, I low-key bullshitted that. But hey, it's all about perspective, right? And I made it, and I was like, what? Yeah. And my aunt just, like, literally for weeks was showing me how to get to the school, because I wasn't relying on a phone or GPS yet. So I had to learn the routes. And yeah, I built my skill there. Oh, I found my love for oil painting.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
She's really good at oil painting.
I love oil paints. There's another friend of ours that we had the same class, and they're so talented as well. We all kind of learn how to build that, how to use that medium it's so different from acrylics. Like if we look from the first time I was using paint, it's a medium that just dries so fast.
Yeah.
So you have to be quick with it. Whereas with oil paint, for someone like me who needs to take their time, it's so forgiving. You can be patient with it. Well, you have to be patient with it because it takes a longer time to dry. But that's why I could do like alla prima, painting wet on wet. And just building. It almost feels like sculpting in a way. You work through your layers. So that has turned into my preferred medium now. And that's where I'm at.
Yeah. So with that, what do you paint then? Like, do you have like a certain subject that you focus on when you're like doing your paintings?
Yeah, the subject is usually me.
So vain. No.
But not like in a vain way, in a way that I didn't even mean to, you know? I'm always like, oh my gosh, I have to paint other people. But there's also that fear of like, oh, what if I don't paint them right? What if I don't paint them in the essence that I see them in? And I just leaned towards painting myself more because I needed to it was like a way to reflect on who I am, to be honest with myself and really figure out what's going on with me and put it onto paper. But it's not like all my work is me.
No, of course.
But of course, we all put ourselves in it in a way. But yeah, you can see a lot of self-portraits. But it's not just like, oh, me like sitting there like this.
Right.
It will be something like a story is being told, which is why I would like to call it like illustration or illustrating. Yeah.
So I guess in the future, like with your future paintings, do you think that it's going to still stay on that theme, or do you think it can evolve over time to something else that you'll cover?
It'll definitely evolve. I will get dreams of certain visions and just put it onto paper. And sometimes it's a matter of figuring what the dream is about. I know we're going like a cuckoo way right now.
Definitely.
But I feel like it's the subconscious manifesting and kind of just showing maybe my views or my thoughts. But I also just want, like, my overall message is to encourage people to be their most authentic selves, but especially honesty. And it's not because I've mastered that. It's because I'm on that journey of learning how to be honest with myself going throughout this life. Because a lot of times we're told what to be, who to be, how to act. And it's important to find yourself in this world, just not even find yourself, but just reconnect because you were never really lost. I come from immigrant parents, well, one immigrant parent, and then my grandparents, of course, spent a lot of time with them growing up. We don't come from money, like we come from the campo, and just witnessing them give anything to give us a better life and just really fight for that and take all these sacrifices has shaped me to be who I am, but also design-wise, because it's like, yes, I have a dream, but I'm going to take anything I have to make it work, which is why sustainability has become more of an interest for me, because we want to use renewable resources. Like, I've been learning about that. And sometimes the budget is a little bit more narrow, and that's okay because we shouldn't discriminate against what somebody has. The goal is more so I just want everyone to have a space they can feel like is their own. We don't want to be in four walls all the time. That doesn't inspire us. Like, that can get a little depressing. We already spend a lot of our time indoors. It's important to have the space you're in be a reflection of who you are, which is also why I find like myself, like when my mental state is not doing good, it's so good to clean up my space. Like, I will just go ham and just like hyper focus.
Definitely.
But that has shaped it, especially growing up in New York City. Like, that's just an add-on to having that background. it's like, oh, concrete jungles, right? Like, these are what dreams are made of.
Yes.
But yeah, it just helps you appreciate the bigger things more. And I don't want to limit anyone to be able to enjoy the luxury of having a space that just feels nice, just is you.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's that saying, like, people, a house isn't always a home, and sometimes like the work, like what an interior designer like yourself would do, you're making the space feel like a home for someone, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't know the first thing to do to furnish something or decorate something to look appealing, but also fit someone's, I guess, like comfort.
I feel like you're not giving yourself enough credit because, at the end of the day, when I sit down with people, I'm not going to dictate what feels like them.
True.
I'm here to listen to you, right? And
True.
You're an aesthetic person. Like, let's be real.
Please.
Like, yeah, I would just make sure the design reflects you in all ways, but also, what are your concerns? Do you find yourself experiencing any challenges in this room? Like, how can we make the room functional on top of that? Because it can look nice. And don't get me wrong, it can be fun to just add like little things all over until it gets to a point where you're like, oh, I can't even use this space. And at some point that room becomes abandoned and like it's a time relic or something.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, functionality is like really important nowadays.
Yeah.
Which kind of goes into like this next part I wanted to really talk about, which I feel like staying on interior design, like, the sad beige houses kind of thing that's been, I feel like, popping up a lot more now, especially. Like, I feel like we've definitely seen over time, like, growing up, like, like, I feel like houses back then, like, we would see in media and in real life kind of had character to them. They felt like lived in. They felt like a family home. But now I feel like a lot of them now are really muted and contemporary. And, like, there's no life to them, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, there's no color. And it's interesting, like, and I wanted to know more of your opinion on that. And, like, do you know why that is the way it is now? Like, why are, like, houses kind of losing character when it comes to, like, furnishing in general and decorating?
There is a lot of gray. There is a lot of beige throughout a lot of homes right now. And it's not that there's anything wrong with gray or beige. It serves as a great base for the home if you maybe want to incorporate like a cream colored walls. It just gets to a point when that's all you see everywhere, of course, and that's what you're talking about. Like, you can put colors to complement it. That's what adds to the characters, the little details. We've lost the moldings on a lot of our walls, like the crown moldings, that just really make it feel cozy. And with my customers, I've just noticed they tell me all the time, well, I just want to do like a white or a gray because we're thinking about the resale value, and they just bought the home.
Yeah.
A lot of people are focusing more on the future and how is the home is it going to be suitable for the next buyer? When they haven't even had the time to enjoy it themselves. The next buyer is going to want to enjoy it themselves as well. They can paint the walls for all we care. There's resources for that. I get it if it's for an Airbnb or something, but at the same time, people want to go to places that are interesting, fun.
Yeah.
Like, girl, you've been going to a lot of Airbnbs.
I like a lot of nice Airbnbs for sure. Yeah.
So at that point, we're losing focus of just individuality. Why make a house feel clinical or sterile when it's supposed to feel like a home? So I feel like that's more of a modern day reason. And at some point, we started going to like straight lines and stuff, like losing these details and the colors because of technology. Like, once we found things that can be done faster, we actually started focusing more on the output, how fast we can put things out. And it's not like if you were like to go to like a Gothic church, that it's not going to happen overnight. There's going to be craftsmen, a lot of people just carving away. We're not doing that anymore because, one, our population is growing a lot, right? There's a lot of people. We need to get people into
too
spaces.
many. No, I'm kidding.
No, there is too many.
Right.
I like humans, guys.
Yes,
don't
we love everyone.
But we have to get people into spaces faster, and
Yes.
also it's people want money at the end of the day. You know, more residents, more money. Hello. So we're focusing more on output than just, I don't know, the beauty, which is why I love visiting these kinds of buildings that preserve they've preserved the history, because I don't find any inspiration from looking at sharp white walls or something. Even
Not
a white
at all.
base is nice, don't get me wrong, but if that's all there is,
right, then it's boring.
You're visiting your doctor.
Yeah, it gives doctor office. It almost feels like a lot of the time too is replicating like those modern houses you see the celebrities have, the ones that have also like no soul and character to them.
Yeah.
And you know, maybe that's also saying something about how we really like want to replicate celebrity culture too in like our everyday life.
Yeah.
And I feel like it seeps into everything, especially like with housing and design.
Yeah.
But you know, I feel like that's like losing our individuality. I feel like, you know, the home says a lot about the people. And like you said, you admired these green walls. That's like this space could say so much about like the people who works here and like who use this as a third space.
Yeah.
Versus like someone's home that's like sad looking like that. Like it looks like an art gallery but with no displays.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, it kind of sucks.
And an art gallery still has something special.
Exactly.
Like at least the floors have like a herringbone flooring to it or something, not just the gray wood floors, like vinyl.
So I guess then now segueing more into like painting and illustration again, do you feel that art is fully like subjective, or is there like a criteria that you think is inherently like kind of sought after? Because like if that's the case, you know, like why is it like certain pieces of art are seen in certain museums and certain like art isn't?
I've never thought about what meets the criteria to go into a museum. I've never actually put it into words, but I guess I've always noticed it. To me personally, art is subjective, because let's say these famous artists a lot of them are not alive, they're not around to tell us their perspective. It's up to us to determine how we interpret it. Based on who we are as a person. Our past is going to determine what that art is signaling to us. What message are we reading? We can look at the same painting, like let's say if it's an abstract painting, and I'm not sure, you're seeing flowers for some reason, but I'm seeing meteor shower or something. Yeah. It's just all up to how you want to feel about it. And also, as an artist myself, I don't really want to dictate what people see in my work, because I did my part in being honest with myself and putting it onto canvas. Now, whatever the person feels towards that is completely up to them. It's their own experience that they are entitled to have. It's their right to have. It's nice to have. So that's why it feels to me it's objective. Although some people, they're going to feel what is good art and what is bad art. When it comes to technique, that's a whole different game. Like, how did they form the shadows and the lights? Is it coming from the right direction? That is a different conversation. But how it's perceived is completely up to the viewer.
I think what's interesting about you is that you have those, like, you have so many different, like, you're avant-garde, basically. You have so many different, like, ways to express yourself through art, and I think that's really something to speak to. That's why I have to touch on both of those things, like, about the interior design and, like, painting and illustration, because that's what makes up you, you know? I couldn't even focus on one thing. I was like, no, I have to talk about all of it. Like, Absolutely, because it's important and makes up you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like with your field, there's directors, you know?
Yeah.
You kind of direct how you want people to feel. But
Mm-hmm.
kind of, I want to put the question back to you. Kind of
Oh,
like,
okay, now I'm getting it.
like, how do
Yeah.
you feel like it's open to interpretation?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever have that goal in your own work?
Well, in my work, I think, yeah, I want people to have left having that kind of in the back of their head, like the thoughts of like what I was trying to say, but I also want them to make their own like kind of interpretation out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So like just how you said, like they did a good job if they feel something. I think it's a good job if my films invoke some sort of thought or like message, like after the fact. If someone's still talking about like what was I trying to say with it, then I think I did my job.
Even if it's not what you thought.
Even if it's not what I thought, because art is subjective. Film is subjective too. Like it could have so many different meanings sometimes, you know, like I could write a character saying one thing, but they might mean something totally different because in reality, we don't always say what we mean.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing, like, you know, with like when someone watches a film of mine, they might think of it one way and I've intended it another way. I don't necessarily think that's me failing. I mean, I think it's just something that they saw it in a different way, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. So we agree.
We agreed. You know, it's all, it works in any medium, like,
yes.
honestly. So I think.
See, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like we said, it's subjective, but that's the beauty of art. I guess, like, for future endeavors for you, do you see yourself intertwining both of those crafts into your life? Like, would you consider like your full career being both an interior designer and a painter, like being your full-time income?
Of course, yes. That's my dream.
Yes.
We got to make it happen, guys. I'm definitely going to want to paint murals. I'm going to be like, hey, you know, I know a good painter, you know, like, do you want this wall painted on?
I mean, hey, my studio needs a mural someday, I think, so I'll let you know.
I got you, girl. But definitely, for sure. Even if it's like, I don't know, like, let's say the idea is, hey guys, you just purchased your first home. I just designed your first home. Let's take a picture of you and do a family portrait or something.
That's nice.
And make it my gift. Any way that me and others can collaborate to think of how can we incorporate my painting in here, I'm open for it, you know? Let's just make it happen.
For real.
Yeah.
I mean, just to plug her real quick, because she hasn't mentioned, she does live painting. Like, I've seen her do live painting. She can paint you or whoever, whatever. She just will be at an event painting. She's done it like a few times, and I've seen it in action, and it's really impressive. So if you want her to be a live painter at an event you're hosting, hit her up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at you.
I had to plug my good sis. Like, yeah, she's
Please.
very talented, guys. I'm not joking. Like, you're going to see throughout this episode, all that stuff is her. And
I'd
she
never
did
be
it.
feeling more pressure than those times where it's like, everybody's like,
looking behind your shoulder, literally.
Yeah, and it's socially acceptable too because, you know, that's the whole point.
Because that's the point, right.
Yeah, but, you know, at the same time, it pushes me to go harder. I'm like, oh my God, I got to go faster. And then I get into a state where I've like reached flow state.
Flow state, yeah.
Yes, and it's so nice.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Sounds very peaceful.
Yeah, literally the last time I did it, a woman blessed me and my hands, and she was like, I hope God blesses you on this journey and that you can always create whatever is on your mind.
That is so
and
sweet.
so on and so forth. I was like, thank you so much. Like, I just live for that. Like, thank you so much. You've seen me. Not only have you seen me, you've appreciated me to another level, and you're a stranger. But to me, that was like me, her, God connecting.
That says a lot. No, that says a lot about what you're doing. That means you're making an impact, and other people see it and they notice it, and that's good. You're getting your flowers. You're gonna get many more flowers.
Yeah. Oh, you are, girl. I was literally, I wanted time to get you flowers before this episode. Yeah.
You can get me flowers for my listening party.
Oh, yes.
But no, I think, yes. That to being said, my good friend Jade, I wish you many more blessings. You're going to do great. I think you're going to be a great interior designer, and I hope to see all your paintings fill up people's homes and gallery walls as well.
Yes.
And that's just the dream, honestly. I could see it. I already know what's going to happen. But lastly, where can people find your work?
Yeah.
And are you accepting commissions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm accepting commissions. Just, you know, like not too many paint my dog or something. Like, which I probably would be open to, you know, let's collaborate, let's make it creative. You can find me on Instagram at Li Artista, so that's Li_ARTISTA. And yeah, that's where you can find me. I was on TikTok at some point, but I got off of that. We may rejoin later. And eventually working on opening a website. So then there you'll be able to purchase my things, but that's still in the making right now. So there will be more on that later.
Amazing. Jade, thank you so much for joining me today and being episode 2 of Artist Block. That is so amazing. Definitely have to have you come back for updates because we're going to still be doing this, hopefully. And yeah, you're definitely going to be here. I need to see how you blossom and flourish in your career.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to see what's going to happen with this. And I'm excited even right now that I just get to sit here and have this opportunity with you. Thank you so much for presenting it to me and just taking time out of your day to have this lovely conversation.
Yes, of course. Us Bronx girls have to stay together.
Yes,
big Bronx.
Don't talk down on the Bronx guys anymore. Like,
literally.
We make stuff happen.
We make shit shake.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. So yeah.
She said it. I was trying to hold back, but she said it.
Exactly. If you liked what you heard about Jade Li's work and you want to keep up with her artistry, be sure to check her out on Instagram at Li_Artista. She accepts commissions as well, so make sure you guys go ahead and line up my girls' pockets. That's all the time we have left for today. I want to thank you viewers for either listening or watching. If you like to keep up with Artist Block, give your girl a follow. If you or someone you know is an artist that's a native New Yorker who's also Gen Z, then you could DM the Artist Block Instagram or email at artistblockpodcast03@gmail.com. I'm your host, Jalissa Bedford. Peace out.